What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to an episode of What Is This? I'm your host, Massive Reddit Post, and today we'll be checking out you saw the title. Okay, so earlier tonight I stumbled upon a pretty interesting Reddit post. I don't know what I was doing there either, but it basically said, producers on Beatstars, do not buy Beatstars promo. Now I've done some promotions to sell beats, get mixing and mastering clients, promote my music. I've done a lot of this in the past. I'm not familiar as much with doing a large amount of Beatstars promo though. So I'm curious what this guy's results are. Anyways, let's check this out here. And I'm going to pick some lint off my microphone. Return of the hip beanie microphone cover. Okay, posting this from my anonymous account because I don't want any Beatstars team members to do anything shady to me for basically steering people away from spending money on their platform. I don't really care if they do anything shady to me. I barely use it to begin with. It's selling beats is really, there's a lot of competition for it. It's kind of ridiculous. Beatstars is great for hosting music and has a pretty good marketplace/search function. When it comes down to promo, networking, and getting a return on investment on revenue or a following, it's just a terrible investment. Now a lot of you may say this is common sense, but I wanted to try it anyways and experiment. This post is for those of you who thought about it. I'm going to explain to you why you shouldn't do it, whether that's to get your money back or find qualified leads you can build relationships with and turn into customers. Basically goes on to state that he had done this in the past, trying to get his money back and make sales. He did get some sales, but not enough, and he didn't track his data back then. But in this one here, he tracked his data and he's got some results to share with us here. Now he spent $300, which is, that's a decent amount to get an idea. I mean, it'd be nicer if we had more money spent on it. I'm not going to do that though. It's basically just like setting money on fire from what I understand. I'm going to explain why here in a little bit. So if you're a Beatstars promo advocate, hear me out here, okay? And hear him out. So he said the goal for him this time around was not to get sales from the promotion because I knew from past experience that this garbage doesn't work that way. Damn, strong words right off the bat. My goal was to generate leads and find qualified buyers through free downloads and network with them. He spent $300 over 2 weeks. He got 1,600,000 impressions, 51 free downloads, and 5 qualified leads total. What is a qualified lead, you may ask? So an unqualified lead may have a need or problem that is poorly defined or cannot be properly addressed using your solution. Now, a qualified lead is a prospect with a problem that can be solved by the solution you're offering. So someone looking for the type of beats that you make, essentially. Let's say you make J. Cole beats, they're looking for J. Cole beats. That'd be a qualified lead. Now that we understand what that is, let's get back to this here. So you only got 5 qualified leads out of $300. Now think about that. That's not a lot. That's 5 actual potential customers. Whereas you got 1.6 million impressions, only 5 qualified leads. That's pretty fucking bad. Now it says $60 per lead here. You can actually see how much a qualified lead is worth here. The value of one lead varies depending on the lifetime value of one's sale, weighed against the cost of obtaining that sale. As a general rule, we usually say a lead is worth 20% of the net profit of one sale. So weirdly, that comes out exactly to $300. So you would have to sell your beats for $300 leases in order to make this valuable, essentially. I don't know many people who sell leases for $300. I'm assuming my math here is correct though, because I did it. Now, are his beats good? That's something we can't really tell because he's posting this from an anonymous account, but he's gotten an official Beatstars playlist placement, so I mean they must not be bad. He said those also didn't help him get any sales either though. So it is still potential that maybe his beats are just not something people are looking for. Maybe they're not as good as we think they may be. We're gonna have to just make that assumption here in order to get through the rest of this, Anyways, the things he's gonna talk about here, it doesn't quite matter how good or bad your beats are. Reason number 1, it has 0 targeting. Beatstars is going to display your ad to any and everyone. That's not good. Whether those people are artists, qualified leads, or other producers, non-qualified leads. I have no statistical data to prove whether or not the majority of users on Beatstars are artists or producers. They're probably a majority of producers, but like you said, there's no evidence. But the fact that you don't know who you're marketing to is a big problem. I agree with that. So you could be paying money to Beatstars just for it to be seen by other producers, basically. On top of that, there's no keyword targeting either. So essentially, you could be making J. Cole beats and it might be promoting it to people that like Yeet type beats or searching Yeet type beats. So that means more unqualified leads, obviously. So the 5 qualified leads he got up here, I'm assuming he got from the free downloads. So if someone downloads one of your beats, one of the free versions of it with a tag on it, they generally can't use it for profit. It depends on the agreement you have set up in your contract, but usually it's not for profit, and usually people will download it to figure out if they want to do a song on it, essentially. But he only got 5 qualified leads out of those 50 downloads, meaning that people were downloading something that they probably wouldn't use or it isn't in their style. I'm guessing that's how you determine that. Okay, reason number 2, the free download data is non-existent. The only thing that Beatstars gives you is the name of the person who downloaded your beat, and a lot of people just put random letters. And it tells you if they have a Beatstars account. Only 1 out of the 51 downloads that this guy got was someone with a Beatstars account. He might not even use his real email for all we know, or an email that he uses frequently. It doesn't tell you what beat they downloaded, which is fucking awful, because if you're running multiple campaigns and you won't even know what type of beat they're looking for unless you look them up somehow. Not everyone has a common artist name that's easy to find, or an uncommon, I should say. Now, Beatstars does show you that in your data analytics, what beat someone downloaded, but trust me, they don't make it easy to find who downloaded what and when they downloaded it. That's a problem, because you're gonna have a hard time tracking what went where. So technically you can see what beat people are gravitating to the most, but still in your free download data analytics, it doesn't tell you anything. It forces you to compare your free download data to your download/play analytics. It also doesn't tell you which ones are coming from the promotion. So some of those could have not actually even been from the promo campaign he ran, because there's no way to actually tell. That's a problem. Okay, reason number 3, the leads are not good. So the only thing you get is the artist's email, a name, when someone downloads your beat. Well, that's if they actually use their artist name. Now you have to try to use that tiny bit of data to try and find them if you want to try to sell them more beats, or basically do anything other than build an email list. And I feel like email lists are not as strong as a lot of people try to have you believing, at least in my opinion. I don't know how many email lists I am subscribed to that I've canceled or I just completely ignore, but basically all of them. And I'm sure quite a few people are the same way. So basically there's no real way to track who these people are, so you don't know what to try to sell them. So you're gonna have to single-handedly Google every single one of their names, which is only helpful if they put their actual artist name, which they probably didn't. And you have to Google their email address so you can try to find their social media. Sent an email to all 51 people, you got 0 responses. It doesn't say how long he waited. I mean, he could have waited 1 day. That's possible. He could have waited a month. He only found 14 out of the 51 social medias, so contacting these people was incredibly difficult, as you can tell. He wrote all 14 a message, only 6 replied. 5 of them were artists. The other one was a clothing store business. Out of those 6, I've been able to build a relationship with 3 of them. None of the leads have converted into sales yet, but it looks like they could soon. I don't even want to count the clothing store as a qualified lead, but I'm aware of the fact that you could make money from them too, so I counted it anyway. Really, I would only say 5 qualified leads. The amount of time being a detective to track down the leads is not really worth it for someone with a business. I know a lot about being a detective. In conclusion, he says it's not worth it. I mean, I probably would have guessed it's not worth it too. It's kind of shitty that it doesn't let you choose who you're promoting it to. Like, if you could promote your Yeet type beats to people searching up Yeet type beat, that could probably be a lot more effective. Or if you could have it only target artists, that could be a lot more effective. People are basically saying you're better off running ads on Facebook or Instagram, and I assume that's because there's a better targeting mechanism. So someone else here says they had a different experience. They spent money on promo. They've sold $200 leases, but they spent $300. I don't know, but they also did a few MP3 and Wave leases too. So basically it sounds like he kind of broke even, or was only lost a little bit of money or something. But it depends what he means by a handful. So he said with someone with no network or social media presence, he said it was worth it. One thing that the original poster doesn't mention is sometimes people will stream the track 25 times during this 2 weeks and may purchase it at a later date. I could see that being true. So it is possible people could still buy these beats in the future, but it doesn't really address the problems of there not being accurate targeting, you know? Someone else talks about the best ways to get qualified leads. Now, I don't agree with all of these here. A few of these may actually get your account banned. So the first option he says here is authentic YouTube ads. Best case, you can get some sales, $500 purchase. He says nowadays it doesn't work as well. He did it back in 2018. Worst case, spent over $10,000 on YouTube ads, got a lot of subscribers, followers, comments, and likes, but not a lot of sales. I mean, is he speaking from experience here, or like, why did he say 10,000 plus? And who's spending 10,000 plus on YouTube ads besides Kyle Beats? Let's see, buying YouTube views. I don't agree with doing this personally. He said he bought about 16,000 views on a beat. It helped him get up in the algorithm and search results. And a few days later, it resulted in a $1,000 exclusive purchase. That's pretty fire, but I don't suggest doing that for several reasons. Other than the fact that, you know, it's bad. You can actually like get banned from YouTube. You can get shadow banned. It could actually backfire with the algorithm. It may help in terms of like if someone's searching for something because you'll have more views, but in terms of recommendations, it won't help at all for recommendations because they're not real views. Who's it going to recommend it to? Other bots? The next tactic is spamming Instagram comments, free traffic, 10,000 authentic views in every video I posted, lots of followers, spending $15 a day on Instagram for 3 days on one of my beat posts got me like 200 to 300 views total, barely any engagement at all. Spamming meme pages, popular rap pages, rap blog comments, 10k views per video. Dude, that's sounds like annoying to do, and it sounds like you're being annoying. Your account will eventually be blacklisted. The account eventually got shadow banned some months later. The account is no longer shown on the explore page and it's banned from all hashtags. Any hashtag I use on Instagram is irrelevant and will not show my content. So according to this guy, the past 2 years it's been the same trending beats on the top charts. It is pretty strange. He says he doesn't know any artists that search on Beatstars for beats, saw his YouTube. That's true. There probably are some, but it's probably not that many compared to YouTube. This person says if you have 117,000 impressions and 0 sales, doesn't that say more about your beats themselves on the website? Well, first off, he had 1 million impressions. Maybe he was talking about per day. Impressions doesn't mean anything though. It's like whether or not people play it. Impressions is not a play. Impression is just someone seeing it at some point on the website. They don't even have to be looking for it. It could be the same people seeing it over and over too. This guy here says 0 targeting, which is, yeah, for all he knows, 95% of the impressions came from other producers. Anyways, this has been my investigation talking about selling beats on Beatstars with promo. Good idea or bad idea? Seems like a bad idea unless they somehow update the algorithm or change it so you can, you know, at least target who you are advertising to. Maybe like with keywords, or like change what type of accounts you're targeting it to. It probably like targets it to people that don't even have accounts, so they don't know anything about them. But Beatstars promo, it's looking like a flop. Let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comments. I know reading a Reddit post is not the most intriguing content, but I thought it was really interesting, and I kind of want to amplify this message a little bit, get this out there a bit more, and it seemed like an easy video to make. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Beat Bonanza. I'm your host, Massive Hater. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Bang Incorporated.